Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. As we're coming on to the live feed, I hope everyone is doing well as you're coming in. Feel free to like and share, and we're just going to start this off and we're going to see where this live feed takes us. So I wanted to talk about we are what we're attracting, we are the prosperity that we're seeking. It's not about what you're manifesting or what you're attracting or what you're healing or integrating within yourself. It's the very fact that you know that it's happening to you at this point in time. You know that you're aware of it. You know that what you're experiencing is divine. You are experiencing the spiritual mass within yourself and building upon that spiritual mass and being able to play with the configurations of energy that are being presented to you. And it's understanding that life can be a game. It's just all how you play it. And the prosperity and the healing and the letting go and the separation that we're experiencing is really how we view ourselves in that moment. It's how we see ourselves capitalizing on that moment. It's the very fact that when we project it into the universe, that it is that thing that we're really longing for or searching for or attracting to ourselves. So everything that we think that we're manifesting, it's not about what we're thinking about or the intention or the energy around it. It's the very fact that you're resonating within that prosperity, within that manifestation, within that expansion of that creation, because you are that. So it's kind of like we are what we're attracting. So we are that magnetic pull. We are the generation of energy and changing the way that the patterns of energy have been in place for so long. And it's understanding that you are the manifestation of life. You are the flower of life. So give yourself the riches of life. Allow yourself to feel into that and breathe into that. And when you allow yourself to do that, then it changes the identification of what you're experiencing here and now. So being prosperous is a state of mind, body, and spirit. It's a state of which we can really become the manifestation of life, the actualization of it. But it's also just kind of sending out those projections, sending out those smoke signals within the ethers, and allowing ourselves to develop the signs and the confirmations and be aware of that breadcrumb trail of excitement no matter where it takes us. So it's kind of understanding like, oh wow, I do have something to follow. I am aware of the signs, the confirmations, and the reflections that are being reflected to me of who I am becoming in this moment. That's what's beautiful about it. It's not about being the most well-trained, most well-versed, and saying the right thing, but it's just being you. It's being your most authentic self in that moment. I think that's what's beautiful about reality and bending reality to the way you want it, but also being that energy. If you allow yourself to be that energy and only that energy of what you're attracting, of what you're balancing within yourself, then you open the door to anything that you want to experience at this point in time. So if you've never been here before, this is White Wolf. I do a channel message every day, and I will be going live doing divine readings around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, p.m. Eastern Time Zone. But it's interesting to see that sometimes it's not about thinking about it, it's not forcing it, it's not thinking about how it's going to come to be, about the outcome or the expectation of the outcome, but it's the very fact of resonating in the fact that it has already happened and it will happen. That means that everything that we've ever attracted to ourselves has happened, past, future, and present. So it's kind of understanding like everything has already been experienced. So we experientially just have to change the way that we're experiencing reality as a whole. That's all you have to really do at this point in time. It's understanding how you change with reality, how you bend reality to the way that you want it to be. Not trying to force it. It's not by force, it's not by trying so hard, but it's just allowing yourself to resonate in it. That's what's beautiful about it. Allow yourself to resonate and resound in the inner child of your own heart, to resound within that imagination, to allow the imagination to be the intention of what you want to experience. It's kind of just like asking the universe, how can the universe surprise me today? How can I be surprised by the universe? How can I go into the unknown and not be afraid? Because a lot of times we're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of what we're going to experience because we feel like it hasn't happened yet, but it actually has. So that's where the fear or the resistance comes in, or the feeling entitled of like, oh, I have to control my life. I have to do all these things that make me unhappy in order to be happy. And actually, that's the exact opposite of what we should do. We should actually do things that make us happy and that make us in resonance, that inspire us, that encourage us to empower ourselves past the motivation, which will lead us into what we're trying to manifest here and now. Sometimes manifestation takes time. Sometimes it takes time to really think about what you want to attract and what you want to manifest. And sometimes it's just people just want to meditate better, feel better about themselves. And sometimes it's very simplistic in that way. And spirit works in mysterious ways, but sometimes the divine works in very complex ways and simplistic ways. So sometimes there is a bending of reality and reshaping it and encapsulating that reality. So I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I just think there's a more aligned positive way, and then there's a more not aligned way, a negative way to go about stuff. So it's kind of understanding, like, if I go about it in this way, that's going to attract a lower vibration. That's going to attract a distortion. That's meaning that I'm allowing the infestation of what I don't want in my life. So don't allow that, and don't entertain it either. So it's us having the ability to not entertain the things that don't bless us. Don't give it no mind, don't give it a time of day, and just kind of allow yourself to, like, be that person, be that honorable person, be that dedicated person to its alignment, no matter what. So no matter what comes up in your life, no matter how it presents itself to you, no matter what happens in your life, life's unpredictable. And yes, we can see into the future as psychics, but we don't have the clear picture. We just have the picture that spirit has given us at that point in time, and to interpret it. Because we can have a glimpse of the future, but sometimes that's just kind of giving us a word picture of a prophetic vision. So sometimes the vision has to become who we are in order to manifest the vision. And sometimes it's not on the same time slot. Sometimes it's not on the same timeline. And sometimes it just comes very unexpectedly. And that's what's interesting about awakening, conscious, and being more alive and more aware, is to really just be dedicated to something that inspires you, something that really drives you home, that gives you that necessity, that gives you that sense of fulfillment. So fulfillment doesn't have to be, it could be literally eating a bowl of cereal in the morning. It doesn't have to be super complex or super direct. But sometimes fulfillment comes from the state of reception, of the state of being alive, of being aware, of understanding the gift that you've already received in this creation. So I guess it's just changing how we think about it, or go about it, or live it. I mean, whatever you experience, you have to live it. And it's kind of like there's a movie called Braveheart. It says every man lives, like every man dies, but not every man truly lives. And I truly believe that, because there can be people that assume that they live, but they're actually like a zombie. They're falling asleep to the illusion, to the game of life. And it's just understanding you should know yourself in this moment, because that's true acceptance. Know you are what you're attracting, that it's not far away from you, that it's not on a pedestal, that it's not too many requirements for you to have all the things that you want in your life. And sometimes our wants and our needs are absolutely the same thing. They are truly the same thing. We don't think that way and we don't feel that way, but generally they are the same thing at the end of the day. It just kind of doesn't feel that way. So sometimes it's not about what we feel, but sometimes it's about what the energy says, because energy doesn't lie. Energy always resounds the truth. It always has the truth that sets you free at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you can have psychic appointments, you can have many things done for you, but at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. And I think that's always a message that I like to reinforce, is the very fact that you guys have minds of your own. So you guys are adults. You guys can carry yourself. And that's the nature of it. But we do have assistance. We do have divine orchestration. We do have guides that help us become a guide in that moment. So we ourselves are becoming that guide of attracting the manifestation of light and life itself and the intention of that vibration, so that it can come directly into sync with what we're trying to attract. So we are a collective consciousness. We are collectively understanding one natures and understanding our formlessness, understanding our energy and how to channel that energy, but also just to see that everything that we are in this moment is the attraction of our gravitational pull, but also metaphysically and non-physically changing the external reality as it presents itself. So that's how we are led by that divine feminine principle, where we can use that fertility, we can use those healthy boundaries, and we can literally become really powerful, infusing that with our dreams, our desires, our inspirations, the things that we want to attract to ourselves in this moment. So a lot of people talk about law of attraction, like ask, believe, and receive, and that's all well and great. But you can't sit on your couch and just say ask, believe, and receive, because you're going to be sitting there and you're going to wonder what the hell happened, right? But to really speak it with a conviction, but also live it and make different choices, and make different actions that really correlate with how you manifest. But also it's just owning who you are in this moment. That's the most powerful thing that I could ever say to you guys. Owning who you are, walking in it, walking with the Spirit, walking in the truth of that Spirit. Because you are Spirit. You're just manifesting Spirit in human form as a consciousness. So we are in the image of the I Am Presence. That means we are God manifested in the human form. I've said it several times, but I'll say it again. And one of the reasons why I'm wearing this hat is because dolphins are a sign of prosperity, and dolphins yield from the ninth dimension. And the divine feminine allows the inner child and the masculine to be balanced. So that's why I have certain things set up within this live to kind of reflect to you guys that we are the creator. So yes, like you said, we are the creator itself. So everything that we experience is a direct correlation of how we make our actions, our choices, what we're attracting to ourselves. And sometimes, the distortions that we heal on this planet and past lifetimes and resetting the karmic balances as well. Sometimes it's about resetting the karmic balance, and sometimes it's getting everything back into alignment because it's been out of whack and out of kilter for so long, and now we're kind of putting it back into sync with itself. So I'm White Wolf. If you've never been here before, I'm doing a channel message, and I do these channel messages almost every day because TikTok is my job. But I also like to share, and with these channel messages, you do get a meditation and a healing when I decide, when the message is done. And you guys can book private sessions as well for psychic readings, healings, activations. And I will be going live tonight at 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern doing divine readings tonight. So you can check out the live there as well. So the understanding of who you think you are and what you actually are not too much different from one another. There's not too much of a difference. It means you can assume that you are this thing, you are this physical thing, you are the messed up thought processes, the patterns, the distortions. But in that moment, that could be reflected to you that is actually an illusion. But it's being the heart of the illusion and the heart of being that universal love within yourself to change the stimulation. So it's changing how it stimulates the senses, changing how you feel about life as a whole, changing how you attract life to yourself, but also how you bring life into awareness as one collective consciousness. And it's kind of understanding, like, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Like, some people, they can listen to heavy metal music and it gets them in the most aligned state, in the most conscious state in that moment. Some of you are like the hip hop station. Like, I like to listen to like rap and it gets me inspired, and I like hearing the cadences and the different words that is being used. So everybody's different experientially and on a frequency that's different than one another. But that is what makes us unique as a creator. That's what makes us a creator itself. That's what makes us true and vibrant and understood. Because then we have a difference about ourselves. Because if we were all the same, then we all could do it. But then that would be from a negative nature, and we wouldn't understand the lessons and the reflections and the things that we had to go through to get to where we are today. So understanding that is that allows us to be the vehicle of creation, that allows us to be the expansion of the soul, and that allows us to be the exact thing that we're attracting to ourselves, no matter what. So that becomes a thing. Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's a very synchronistic thing. So we're going to do some healing energy in a moment, but understanding that the one thing that, if you don't get anything else from this live, it's the very fact that you're still here. It's the very fact that you are the manifestation of life, that you are connecting everything into balance, that you're finding those DNA codes, you're finding those strands of consciousness, you're finding out your spiritual origination and developing that authenticity within yourself so that it's raw and that it's pure and that it's coming from that spiritual mass of that cosmic codex, so that you're looking within the index of it, so that you're able to decipher the messages that present themselves, so that prophetically you know the vision at hand. You know yourself as the vision, you see the vision within everything and everyone and everywhere. Then that allows you to be the oneness that you're seeking as the creator. Meaning that the creator never judges itself, never judges anyone, never reflects anyone in a negative nature, but it always wants to reflect in the most loving, compassionate, unconditional nature that it can possibly be in that moment, as that sense of attraction. So that's where we become the vortex of electromagnetic kinetic source energy. So that allows us to connect to the energetic pulses that give us life, that allows us to emulate the soul, the higher self, and demonstrate that within this moment. So we're going to do some healing energy. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to have the Divine Feminine be very strong in this healing. And also we're going to implement waves of prosperity. We're going to connect with the dolphins. We're going to connect with some guides as well. So if you want to take part in this healing and be a part of that with me, feel free to do so. This is White Wolf, if you've never been here before. Just doing a channel message. And it's a pleasure to be of service. The Divine Feminine is coming in very strong. Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. Grandmother and the tribal women are also here. And we have the Black Dragon from Saturn helping us encompass that divine egg, that fertility, but also setting healthy boundaries, but just owning our authenticity so that we can infuse the masculine and the inner child energies. Because without the feminine, we can't create from that inner child or the masculine energies. So we're going to tap into the energies of the dolphin because they are a sign of prosperity. They are a sign of healing, but they are a sign of royalty as well. And we're also just going to allow Jesus to heal the heart and to activate literally being the teacher, the creator within, God manifested in human form, and allowing ourselves to do the Kundalini energy as well, so that we can release energy, so that we can receive energy as being more prosperous and aligned and vibrant in our own nature, so that we can bring about peace, love, and harmony within everybody. Meaning that when we make a decision, we can close that business deal and make enough money to support ourselves for the rest of our life, or buy that lottery ticket because we took the chance of attracting that to ourselves, but we didn't focus so much energy on it. And you could have waken up in the morning and been groggy about it, but it's the fact that you showed up to your life as if you meant to be there in that moment, to be the projection of it, to be the expansion of it. And in this moment, you're just allowing yourself to become the resonance, to become the truth of what it is, and aligning to that direct correlation of God's source energy and the great I am. To know that you are what you're attracting and that everything has already happened, past, future, and present. It's just a matter of when and how. So open up the ears, and opening up the sinuses and clearing the throat chakra as well. Because there's a conviction when we just speak something out into the universe, project it, and being aware of it, that we're not focusing so much energy on what is being manifested, but speaking it as if it's already done for us as that living, breathing vortex. And just creating space so that you can create differently within yourself, so that you can really encompass that spiritual mass and be a part of it. And you're just holding space for the entire collective as well, so that we can all tap into these prosperous energies. Rather they are relationships, rather they are connections psychically, or they're just the ability to sell your house, the ability to get the car and know what it feels like to be inside of the truck or the Ferrari that you're really wanting within yourself. And it's kind of feeling into the direct correlation of it, the sensation of it, the energy attached to it, but also the actualization of it. And then in this moment, you're infusing what you want to attract with what you actually are. So it's just tapping into the heart when you're receiving this healing. Tapping into your soul, tapping into your body, and allowing it to be a vehicle to where you can channel the best life now. That I am the best life. That I am the life that I am leading. That I am the life that I am living. And I'm choosing to be a part of my own heaven instead of my own hell. And just feel that sense of release, that sense of letting go of baggage, knowing that you're not based by anything that happened in the past, but you're fully in the present so that you can manifest the future. So everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So, as I have my eyes closed, obviously, because when I do my work, I have my eyes closed. It's so funny because I was doing healings last night and doing divine readings around 8 or 9 last night, and people were trying to talk to me while my eyes were closed, and when I do my healings and stuff, I don't see like certain comments and stuff like that. So yeah, if you don't get anything from this, even from the healing, just know that what you're attracting is not far away from you. What you are is not far away from you. What you're trying to become is not on a pedestal or has so many requirements that you're not going to be able to have it, certifications or ideologies or opinions. But they are literally just the permission slip so that you can accept yourself in that moment. If you let yourself do that, then you will just authentically channel your energies. So thank you guys. God bless. Namaste. And I hope everyone enjoyed the live feed. And as you were coming into the live feed, I appreciate it a lot. And also, if you're wanting to book private sessions, feel free to do so. I do have a 40-minute special. And my leg is so asleep right now. Oh man. Man, my leg is so asleep. If you want to book private sessions, I do have a 40-minute special for $100. My hour sessions are $200. And I'm doing divine readings tonight at 8 or 9 o'clock. I'll be doing readings, healings, activations. I might have new surprises. I might have certain brackets for certain things. So feel free to take that on. And this is White Wolf. Thank you. God bless. And namaste.